After India's dismal showing at the test against South Africa, now former Indian pacer Venkatesh Prasad has reacted. He said, and I'm quoting, really disappointed by how India is going about in test cricket. The all-rounder obsession is absolute brain fade, especially when you don't bowl them. Rank poor tactics, poor skills, poor body language and an unprecedented two-series whitewash at home. Hope this does not get washed off with test matches 9 months away and this negative approach changes. So that's a very, very strongly worded statement that Venkatesh Prasad has made. He has just put out this post on social media. My colleague Vineet with more details. Vineet?
Well, it's a common sentiment across all the former cricketers who have been commenting on this and the issue about the all-rounders. Even in the Guwahati test, you saw a host of all-rounders, 4 of them being played, and Nitish Kumar Reddy underutilized. He bowled all of 10 overs in the game itself, and with the bat also 0 and 10. So, of course, the all-rounders bit of it is something that has been a bane, that has been criticized by many former cricketers on Gambhir's approach. And the specialist players, and that is what it is the case, to have somebody like a Washington Sundar coming at number 3, when you could add a specialist batter there. And in batters, even in domestic cricket, as Venkatesh Prasad pointed out, there are a lot of batters with great averages, at least in Indian conditions. Somebody like Karun Nair, Sarfraz Khan, or youngsters like Samran Ravichandran. But to bank on these all-rounders, or even the young cricketers who don't have that test or first-class credentials, most of them averaging near about 20-25, and bringing them in on the basis of white ball form is something what Venkatesh Prasad is highlighting here, and something Gambhir would have to change his approach in terms of bringing in specialist batters or specialist players for specialist roles, at least in test cricket. The all-rounders formula might work from the white ball format, but in red ball you definitely need specialist players for specialist performances, and that is what Venkatesh Prasad is highlighting via his tweet.
Right, absolutely. Vineet, you also mentioned about how several of the other senior cricketers have been responding to this dismal showing by Team India. It is a whitewash, like you've been mentioning. Even Venkatesh Prasad's tweet has mentioned that aspect, and how this is a really, really worrying trend that we are seeing as far as test cricket is concerned. We've just had the head coach Gautam Gambhir react, and now more and more such reactions coming in.
Well, it is unprecedented in many ways. In Kolkata, South Africa won their first test match in 15 years. In Guwahati, in 25 years, South Africa have managed a series whitewash. Under Gambhir's tenure as coach, India have now endured 2 series whitewashes. It has not happened in the history of Indian cricket ever. So the pressure is on somebody like Gambhir. And what you saw in the South Africa series is that the Indian batters and bowlers were completely outplayed by the South African batters and bowlers, which is something you have not seen in the past. You know, when India were in their dominant run, India lost only 5 matches in over a decade, and here in just under 1 year you are losing 5 matches at home, conditions which must be suited to you better. But what we are seeing here is that there is lack of role clarity, and of course pushing these youngsters who are probably not test ready is something that Gambhir would have to think about, and that is what the common sentiment with a lot of the former cricketers are. You need to give respect to test cricket, not mix the formats. And also, again, from to be fair to Gambhir, this is a transition phase, and what Gambhir and others or fans and the former cricketers are realizing, the fact that transition in white ball is easier, transition in red ball is much tougher. To transition from the likes of ultimate match winners like Ravichandran Ashwin, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, this is going to take a long time.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Vineet. We'll keep an eye on this big story and the reactions that are trickling in after India has lost to South Africa and lost that entire test series 2-0. We're shifting our focus. We're getting some more breaking news.